You have chat? Like, are we doing this with chat and everything live? Oh no. Hey, well,
And speaking
damn,
of which,
I'm
mics
fucking
are hot. Let's go. And 3,
I'm
2.
boring.
Nah, dude, you're not boring. Oh, hot. Good morning, GrayTusk.
What up?
Because it is morning for me.
Good morning.
I literally just got up.
Yeah, I texted you at 9:30 and didn't hear anything back for a few hours.
Yeah, I literally just got up and I'm like, yeah, you want to go ahead and do this right now? And you're like, yeah. I was like, all right, cool, come on over. And you're like, yeah, what kind of beer do you want? And I was like, I would love some coffee instead of some beer. But here we are. And now we got some beer. Thank you for the Modelo.
Yeah, you're welcome. I didn't know what you wanted, so I got Bud Light, Miller Light, Modelo, Coors Light. Just
yeah, it's the best because I was like, yeah, you know, I'll have a couple beers, and you were like, yeah, sure. I brought a couple of tall boys.
yeah. I mean, I'm not gonna buy a 6-pack of little ones when you can only have 2. I'll make them the biggest possible.
Hey, dude, cheers.
Hey, cheers, buddy.
Dude, good to have you.
Good morning. Yeah, thank
Look
you.
at this. You made an incredible comment about our socially distance podcast.
Yeah, awkwardly close, far away podcast. Yeah.
Oh
I
my
like it.
God, Modelo tastes even better right when you just.
That's right, dude. Pour it in your coffee.
Dude, and you bought us Monopoly
Scratch off.
offs.
Yeah.
Went up to $2 million.
What a good way to start your day is if you win $2 million, especially if you got it for free.
Right.
Yeah.
But so here's what I'm gonna go and right here, and it's obviously we're live, so we can talk about this. Whatever I win, you get half of.
Half of. Okay.
Half of.
All right. Do you want half of what I win?
Yes.
Oh,
of
okay.
course.
Yeah, it works then. Cool.
Of course.
I was gonna do that anyways. Duh.
All right, I'm scratching. Let's see what we got.
I gotta
here.
get my numbers. Hold on.
Oh, this key is not happy about me doing this. All right. Okay, I got good numbers. I think.
Oh, mine are pretty good too. I'll take them.
Okay, so match any of your numbers to any winning numbers in
Have
the
you
prize.
never done a scratch off before?
I mean, I've done it, but there's different kinds, so shut the fuck
okay,
up.
my bad.
Get a Monopoly guy head symbol and win double the prize. See?
Yep.
Get a go symbol and win $200 automatically.
Get $200 pass and go.
Get a treasure chest symbol. Win 10 times the prize shown on that symbol.
Yeah.
Get the cash money symbol and
you
win all 16
all
prizes. Holy shit.
I'm probably not gonna get that one though, because one of mine says $1,000 up here for the bonus number, and I don't think they're gonna let me do that.
Oh shit, I didn't see the bonus number.
Yeah, you get a little extra one up there.
Oh, mine's 100 spot.
Ooh, nice.
Mine's a honey. All right, let's go.
All right.
Here we go. So I have to match numbers, correct? Or get the symbol?
You gotta match the numbers. You got a symbol?
No.
Oh.
Or get the symbol. I wish I got a symbol.
Mine's not looking too hot right now.
Yeah, mine looks pretty shitty if I'm being honest. Pretty shitty. Damn, the 10,000 was on here though.
I got about 6 left, and I'm not doing well.
I have 6 left as well, and I have literally nothing.
I got 3 left, and I still haven't won.
4, I'm not
It's cool though. I know that $2 million is under one of these right now.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, here we go.
Oh man. I get a 17, I win $1,000. Nope, that wasn't it. Got 2 more.
I'm doing dog shit. I'm just scratching them all off now. Dude, I have the 2 million on here too. But no dice.
I thought you got it.
No dice, dude. I didn't get fucking anything. 29. Yeah.
I got nothing also.
Wow.
Man.
Don't these normally try to give you like your money back so you can keep
a lot
buying
of them do, but not these two.
Of course. Of course our luck is absolutely
Damn,
zero.
that sucks.
Oh, at least it was a. How would we?
It was very exciting.
How do you go? What is it? It's over $100. You have to go to Tallahassee or something.
If it's over $600,
you have to go. You have to actually drive.
I don't know if you have to drive. So when I was in Orlando, I scratched one off and won $1,000.
What?
Yes, $1,000, and I was like, "Holy fuck!" Like I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
So on the back, I think it tells you all the rules and stuff like that. And if it's over $600 you have to be claimed in person at a lottery office, or you have to mail it to the office in Tallahassee with a picture of your ID, with the ticket, all that shit. You have to mail all that to them, and they send you a check.
Nah.
Yeah.
I drive there no matter what.
Yeah, I tried to do that too in Orlando there because there's one close to Orlando and it's like 45 minutes away.
Yeah.
So I drove to this place and it was not open anymore. And I got no money from that
Is the only
trip.
one in Tallahassee now?
It might be because there was one
Holy
close
hell.
to Orlando and it's not there anymore.
That's crazy because I've only won. My pop always buys us. He'll like put them in the stockings.
Yeah,
or put a bunch of them in the stockings.
They're good stocking stuffers and just little.
Yeah, and I got the Yahtzee one year.
Okay.
And I think I won like $500, and I didn't have to go anywhere. I went to Publix. And they gave me all, and I was like, damn, I got $500, bro. Let's get it. Like it's so rad. But it's okay.
They're addicting as shit too because I mean after obviously winning 1,000, I'm like, oh fuck, I'm gonna keep playing. I'm positive right now, and then I probably gave all that back by now.
Of course, dude. My parents, we have that pool at the house.
Yeah.
We have a pool cleaner. His name's Tim, and dude, he won the fucking lottery.
Like scratch off lottery or like actually like
scratch off.
Okay.
Him and another buddy. They took $600 and they went three and three. They pooled their money together
and just bought a fuck ton.
And they were like literally just like this, where we were like, whatever we make, whatever we win, we'll split in half.
Okay.
And they won the big they won the 2 million.
Wow.
And they split it in half, and after like
each got like $600,000.
It was like $650,000 or something like that.
Makes sense.
And the dude still cleans our pool. He hasn't bought anything
I was about to ask
nice.
That.
He hasn't done. He still drives the same like 1992 Toyota.
What the fuck,
dude? He hasn't done anything with it. He said he's like invested some of it. But I'm like,
hell yeah,
dude. Oh my god! I immediately take half of that and I buy a house.
Yeah.
And I own a house, and then the rest of it goes wherever.
But that's awesome. It didn't change anything for him though.
Right? Yeah.
He's like, of course, I would have done the same thing. I would have probably bought a nice truck or something to haul stuff around the pool clean with.
Yeah.
I would have got hooked up a good spot to live, and then after that, I would have just held on to it and not been like that. Oh shit, my life's changed. I'm this rich now, and it's like, nah, I'm not gonna show that off.
Dude, I always I feel like that's like everybody's had a fantasy at one point in time of winning the lottery. Like, there's not been anyone that's been like, no, I've never thought about life-changing money.
Yeah,
it's so insane because like then you get caught up in that, and then you're like, oh well. You start like looking at houses that would be in that fantasy price range.
Okay, so right now, first 3 things you do if you won, let's say, Powerball or whatever, $100 million.
Okay.
What's the first 3 things you do?
First 3 things I do, obviously, property. So I buy a house somewhere that. Honestly, I probably buy a house somewhere that I would like to. Do I buy somewhere that I would just like to go and just hope I like it, or do I buy a place? Do I buy?
Sketchy.
I don't know. I buy a place. I probably buy a place. Probably in Raleigh. I like Raleigh.
You do?
Yeah, and I know that I would know that if I didn't like it after a while, I could sell it.
Okay.
But yeah, definitely property. Definitely, a Tesla. I buy a Tesla, no doubt about it.
Yeah, how was driving that Tesla?
Dude.
Okay.
Dude, that car, man, it's crazy how dumb it makes you feel.
What?
Dude,
why do you feel dumb?
Dude, it is so for you? Dude, it is so smart, man. It's like it's so crazy the things the capabilities that car has, and dude, it's so fast.
Yeah.
It's so like you literally because there's no like having to fire off the piston or fire. I don't know how fucking engines work. But literally the second you put your pedal to the floor, you are in the back of your seat. Dude, it's so much fun. And I was so surprised that I even fit in it, to be honest.
Okay, yeah, that's true.
Speaking of Teslas, dude, I've been seeing Teslas everywhere here now.
Yep.
They're popping up like crazy here. I tried to rent one. I tried to rent another one. Yeah, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna rent one while I'm here.
Yeah.
And they had them in Niceville, but I'm not driving to Niceville to pick them up.
No, you're not.
I'm like, what are we talking about?
Nope.
What are we talking about? Does Treb still live out there?
Nope.
He lives.
Treb lives behind the Shell station.
Where Aaron used to live, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Damn.
All right, go back. Third thing.
Okay, third thing.
I knew the Tesla was
Yeah,
good.
my bad.
You're good.
Third thing.
So you got property, you got Tesla. What's next?
All right. Let's be real here.
Okay.
So I would do one of these if I was smart, and then one of these, if I'm being honest, is for sure who I am.
Okay, yeah, gotcha.
Okay, so being smart, I would take a large chunk of money and put it into some high risk, high reward stocks.
Okay.
And hopefully double up and then be done with it.
Yeah.
But if I'm being exactly who I am, I'm probably buying another house somewhere completely random.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know where,
that's what
but
I thought. That's what I thought when you were like, yeah, I'd probably buy some property in Raleigh. Is you'd have that there for whenever you want to be there. You'd have something here, something close to family, you know? Like, oh, man. What up, Awkwardly Dark Podcast? Oh, shoot. Yeah. Cool.
Oh, that's way better. Appreciate you, D-Mash, my man. Shout out to D-Mash. So for me, it looked fine. All right. Anyways, Awkwardly Dark Podcast. So yeah, no, that's what I'd buy. I think I'd be super irresponsible and buy 2 properties. One that I'd like to be able to travel to, and then. But you know, dude, if you win $100 million, you probably get 50 million of it, 40 million of it. Dude, I could probably live the rest of my life off of like $5 million.
Oh, 100%. Yep.
Which is so insane. Did you ever watch that show that was it was like lottery house hunters? So like it's people who won the lottery and then they go house hunting?
The Dunder Mifflin warehouse guys, they won the lottery. And then they all quit, you know. But they didn't house hunt, so I don't know.
Anyways, what the fuck would you spend your money on?
All right, so property for sure.
Where? Here?
Okay. It would probably be here, but it wouldn't just be like my house. I would probably get 2 or 3 right all together and hook up my family. I'd get Blake's family. I'd get my dad. I'd hook us all up. We'd be semi-close. If we wanted to, I'd talk to them first and be like, hey, y'all cool with this? They'd be like, no, I don't want to be anywhere close to you. Then no, I wouldn't do that. Yeah. Property for sure. Then, of course, reliable vehicles. Making sure me and Tiff have vehicles we want, what we need.
Yeah.
After that, I don't know.
Those are like the main ones, right?
Of
like,
course,
it's
those
like
are 2 things.
Shelter and transportation.
Living and transportation. I don't know. Third, I would just build a movie theater. For me.
Dude, why not just build that in one of the houses?
Yeah, but that's not big enough, man.
What are you talking about?
A theater room's all right, but like having a cool ass movie theater, I could pay people to work there.
Dude,
I mean, I got enough money, right?
Dude, how about? I think Connor's parents' movie theater, Connor Sleeve.
That's pretty nice, yeah.
Dude, I was talking about that the other day. I remember sitting in there and watching movies with just being dark, cold. Everybody had blankets.
No, it's
like,
perfect.
Dude, that was so much fun. That movie. By the way, how insane is it that at that time it was just like so casual that he had a movie theater in his house?
Oh, cool, dude. He's got a theater room and like let's just hang out and watch movies in there.
I remember literally being like, there was one time and this just dawned on me where I was like, no, I don't want to watch movies in your movie theater that you have in your house. Like, let's go to the movies. Like,
nope.
What are we talking about?
Yeah, what do you mean?
What are we talking about? This motherfucker has a movie theater in his house. Yep. I love that dude. I miss him. He's so rad.
I miss Connor too. Connor's a good guy. Just all around, everyone loves Connor.
Yeah, it's hard to hate that guy.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But I know some people that. Oh well, I did know some people.
I mean, sometimes it sucked playing COD with him when he just wasn't good, But other than that, Connor, you're a great guy.
Maybe just get better. I don't understand.
You don't just gooch in the back pool, dude.
He still games sometimes.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I see him in your chat every now and then.
Yeah.
I see a CD Sleep, and I'm like,
dude,
oh, what up?
Yeah. He was in there like all the time whenever he was doing all this traveling for like trying to find places to work at. But yeah, he's the man. He's moving up to Virginia this next year.
I talked to him one time in the chat, said hey to him or whatever, and then we started texting and caught up a little bit, and that's where he's heading up to.
We're gonna try and do like the mountain buddy thing together, like meet up at mountains on the weekends.
Okay, I was gonna ask how's all the hiking and stuff going on. I see the Instagram stories of you walking and doing all that stuff.
Dude, it's so much fun.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's beautiful. And right now, like, it's hot as fuck during the day.
Okay.
But at night, it's gotten down to like, I mean, it'll be like 72 and windy at night. Okay. So like
But that's not the best time to go hiking though.
No, it's definitely not. It's definitely not. But it's what I like. If I'm doing like shit like this, where in the mornings I do a podcast and I don't have the time, and Jess comes home and I want to hang out with her and cook and then get everything like, so I just can't get it done.
Yeah.
And so like I do hikes at 1 a.m.
Yeah, I saw like a midnight walking or whatever. It was like thundering, and you're just like walking down the middle of the street. I'm like, what are you doing?
Yeah, because I mean that's what works for my time frame.
Exactly. Yeah, you're working,
right?
So you don't necessarily get all the time that you need to do everything.
Yeah, and it feels good, man. I like it. The thing is like we just got there.
Yeah,
and then COVID hit.
Oh shit! Yeah.
So like,
right.
so like,
you don't have a real actual Raleigh experience.
Yeah, like we've scratched the surface a little bit. Like when Josh and Cody came up.
Okay.
And they're women. They came up, and we did a few things, but a couple of things that we'd already done. But there's so much shit to do there. Like we did Top Golf, it's called Drive Shack up there.
But it's Top. Okay,
but it's Top Golf, and that was and it was like that was cheap entertainment for an hour. Yeah. Like, and that's something that I would do.
Super fun.
Yeah.
Throw some holes out there.
Just smack the shit. Drinks, Dude, it was so much fun. And then there's tons of restaurants. There's tons of like mom and pop spots back at home, back there too. But yeah, we just haven't got to do any of it because of COVID and because of Jess's job. She doesn't want to be exposed to anything. Which is totally fair, and I'm kind of the same way. But yeah, man, it's rad. I love it. What's really gonna sell me on is this fall and winter, because I could give a shit about the summer.
Of course.
I hate it.
Yeah, you hate hot weather.
I don't know.
I mean,
like,
you're a big guy.
It blows my mind you're wearing jeans right now.
Cold in here.
Yeah, in here. But outside, it's hot as fuck.
Yeah, but it's cold in here.
It is cold in here.
You feel good over there.
I feel great.
Taking
It's 66 right now. It's 66 degrees in here.
Oh, it's fantastic. It feels amazing.
If this was my everyday weather, I would be so excited.
Oh, me too.
Let's just move to Alaska.
Oh.
Dude, I've heard some crazy shit about mosquitoes in Alaska that are like the size of these tall boys.
No, you haven't.
Dude, there's
That's Jurassic Park.
That's a pterodactyl.
Yeah, that's not.
No, dude, I'm telling you,
that's insane.
They have major ones, but
I thought Australia had all the crazy big weird shit.
Australia does have some dude. How people inhabit that land blows my mind. I cannot believe that
everything
people
there
live
is like mutated and wants to kill you, right?
Yeah, it's insane, dude. I sent a video of in my garage. I have the my like ice bath thing.
I was gonna ask about that earlier.
Yeah.
If you still do that.
Yo, yeah. I love that. I wish I had it here. I'd love to do it here because hot as fuck.
Yeah.
And
just do it on your balcony out here.
Yeah, exactly. But I was going to put ice in there, and when I opened it up, there was there was like a good sized spider on the water, and I was like, damn, look at this spider. And I went to go get I have like a bowl outside that I've like fished some water out if it gets too high. And as I was going to grab it, I looked down and there was a spider that was like this big in this bag. And I sent a video. I'm like, dude, look at this fucking thing. I sent it to 5-piece. And 5-piece was like, oh, that's cute.
Yeah.
Like what was that?
I
could barely see it. These motherfuckers get huntsman spiders the size of my arm, and they're like, oh yeah, look at that. Like like bowls can't cover them. That's so fucking. Why would you live there?
I'm pretty sure they fly and breathe fire too. Like, is what I've heard.
I just don't. I don't. The internet sucks and everything wants to kill you. It's hot as shit. Why do you live there? I don't know either. But I've never been.
I mean, if you're born there, you really don't have a choice when you're little. But other than that, like staying there, yeah.
But I mean, you could leave 5-piece.
You could leave.
5-piece. You could leave if you wanted to.
You can come here.
I don't even. He's probably not even. I don't even know what time
Good night
it is over there.
or morning or day. I don't know.
What the hell have you been doing, dude?
Working.
How was new work?
Working. So I'm an ITV tech for Beta School.
Okay.
So we are in charge of all 16 schools, and there's 4 people in our department.
That sounds like a fucking nightmare.
It's not too bad. So MIS is like the actual tech people that go and like work on the smart boards and all that stuff that have to fix it.
Smart boards.
Yeah. So it's like, so you have a 55-inch TV right here.
Okay.
Imagine it being like 75 or 85 and it being just a computer, a touchscreen computer, just like that.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
So there's some ViewSonic is the brand, and they have some big ass smart boards that are literally its own computer, 4K, just touchscreen. Like you can pull up a pen tool right on the screen. Like,
oh shit.
It is the new thing.
That's tight.
And it's how it's evolving, and that really helps too with the distance learning from home and stuff like that, because you can mirror your screen and do all that stuff. And
okay, that's cool.
So crazy technology. They're like $5,000 for these.
What?
4,800. Yeah. So
does every classroom have them now?
No, not every classroom. There's only about 5 schools out of the 16 I think that we have.
Is Arnold one?
Have them? Huh?
Is the Arnold one?
No.
Really?
Speaking of Arnold,
we're broke, huh?
I just went to Arnold the other day and I saw Flag. I found his room. And so me and Flay go back a long time ago when there was a video on YouTube called Do Your Best Jagger.
Yeah.
And the guys would be like, hey, man, do your best Jagger. And you'd randomly have to stop and start dancing like Mick Jagger. Opened his classroom door, and I was like, hey, man, do your best Jagger.
Well, were there kids in there?
Yes.
What?
He was teaching.
Was he like, holy shit, that's great?
Yes, he was. He was like, oh, okay.
Dude, that's fire.
And he was like, man, that's so funny. Like, that just got recorded because he was bailing. So after that, he comes out in the hallway because I'm trying to leave. I was just like, do your best Jagger. I like walked off.
Yeah.
He comes out and he's like, hey, man, do a back tuck. Like,
oh, yeah.
I was like, dude. Right now? In the hallway? Okay, hold on. And I started taking my stuff off, and he was just like, all right, dude, watch this. And he just did one. And I was like, yeah, I have to do one. So he danced in front of his class, then did a backflip in the hallway, and I did one too. And he was just like, really good to see you, man, and went right back to teaching.
Is he still yoked?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. He's not like super big like how he was when he was doing the shows and stuff.
Right.
But oh yeah, he's still.
Dude, dude, you know he was my sister's math teacher at one point in
really?
Time. Yeah. She was like, my sister was like, yeah. Have you ever heard of this guy named Mr. Flag? And I was like, I met a Flag a couple of times at a couple of parties at Cody's parents' house.
Yep.
And she was like, I was like, is he like kind of bigger, like muscular wise? Mm-hmm. And she was like, yeah, I mean, he's pretty built. And I was like, I drank Fireball with that guy at Cody's parents' house.
The nicest guy.
And he's teaching now?
Yeah.
That's so insane.
He coaches the girls' weightlifting team, and they win.
Really?
Yes, they've won like the last 2 or 3 years. State.
Holy shit.
Yes.
God, that's so insane, dude. Yeah. It's so crazy to see that.
He's a super nice guy, and so like he's one of those people that there's something he puts his mind to, he goes at it 100% and he achieves it.
Right.
So that's what he did with like the nutrition and like the bodybuilding stuff. He was just like, man, I'm not happy with my weight. Like, I'm gonna do this. Yeah. And goes and does a show and like gets a trophy.
Dude, he was big at one point.
Yeah. And he cuts down and he stuck to his little routine and did a show and won a trophy and all that. And it's like, dude, like he's one of the go-getters.
That's wild, man.
Shout out to him. Yeah,
the Rob Deerdick. Goddamn.
Deer.
What happened to him?
He's got his company and he makes what are they? He has a chip line of like potato chips now.
What?
Yeah.
Potato chips?
It's like a pig out or something, but it's like supposed to be healthy-ish type. I don't know. But he's
still in the industry doing his thing.
He is, yeah.
Holy shit.
He did the entrepreneur stuff, so like he helps out little companies that he thinks could go somewhere, and he puts money in. He goes in like that. It's kind of like a Shark Tank, but it's just him.
Just Rob Deerdick.
I mean, like 50 Cent with effing vodka, and he does stuff and puts money into stuff, and yeah, so that's true. That's what he's doing.
That's true. Dude, you were talking about doing back tucks and shit. A lot of people don't know your background with gymnastics.
Yeah,
dude.
I started gymnastics when I was probably 4 or 5, and competed for 5 or 6 years, and after that, kind of turned into a gymnastics coach and started coaching from when I was 14.
Yeah.
Been flipping and stuff forever. I've had 2 knee surgeries. just turned 30 can still do a back tuck, dude. Feels good.
Dude, it's so insane because I remember growing up, I say growing up, but like teens at Zach Seltzer's house, and or even the times where you would open up the gym for us to come through.
Yep.
Because I mean, you got keys. Like you've been there you've been in the same place for so long.
Run the business basically.
Yeah, and you would open up the keys to this place and just let us run free. Like don't fucking kill yourself.
Don't get hurt, and we're cool.
Yeah, we're good to
jump
go.
on the trampoline, flip around a little bit.
But I knew then. There was a point in time where I was like, God, can Gray even fucking do this? Like I've seen him do it, but you were coaching and all that shit.
Yeah.
And you got me to do a double backflip.
Almost.
Well, yeah, almost there.
That's insane.
Get both the if you could get my big ass to get a double, get close to doing a double, there is no doubt about it that anybody else can. Like, dude, it's so insane. Like.
The hardest thing is mentality.
Dude, I was so scared.
Exactly.
It's so scary.
If you're scared, you're not going to go for it. If you have like a teacher or something that's telling you like, hey, like you can do this, like just try it. But you're like, no, I can't do that. No, there's no way. You're not going to do it.
Right.
But if you get that mentality and you really go for it 100%, like, dude, you'll make it.
Just throw caution to the wind and go for it.
Yeah, you got to go for it. And then once you go for it that first time 100%, they just get better. And then you're like, holy crap, I can do this. And you keep going.
I remember you just being like, dude, don't think, just go high and then throw your head back. And just
well, you don't want to just throw your head back.
You said throw your head back and you told me to grab from the inside of my
and just pull.
Yeah. And I remember the first one I did, I was like, holy shit, I just did that. Mm-hmm. Holy shit. But it was like that scary adrenaline rush of like, oh my God, I bet I could keep going.
And then you're like, oh, I got to do it again. And then you're just want to keep doing it, and you're like, "I got this.
So
I can do a backflip." Yeah,
dude, that whole era of
and dodgeball.
Yeah, that whole era of us growing up and being dumb.
Yeah,
was so much fun. At Zach Seltzer's house. Zach, I'm supposed to have Zach on this podcast at some point in time, but growing up, like hanging out at his house with everybody, there was always like 10 of us.
Yeah,
always like 10 of us. That was so much fun. We did some dumb shit. And you're way older than us. I remember we always made fun of you for being 40.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Thank you very much. Cool. That was pretty cool. That was a big.
And then I turned 21, and everybody was like, "Hey, dude, Gray's here. That's cool." Yeah, weird, huh?
Yeah,
weird. Weird.
Nah, dude, that was lit, man.
I mean, watching all the FIFA games and stuff with Thomas McDaniel and
holy shit,
and everyone. Yeah, dude, we had some good times.
It's so crazy to think back to that, like, because now I look at like my schedule now sometimes. I was talking with my mom about this the other day, but I look at my schedule now sometimes, and then I look back to when we were all hanging out, and obviously time goes on and things change, but like it's crazy to think about the schedules that we had with just like constantly either at the beach, at Zach's doing something Rob Dyrdek Fantasy Factory style.
Yeah.
And then like partying or going out and doing something with more people. And we
still played video games.
All the time.
Yeah, but we went outside. We did stuff. We were active and then we'd go back and play Call of Duty and Clan Wars and do all that stuff.
That's my mom was telling me that she had talked to Deanna Felton's mom, Michelle.
Okay, yeah.
A while back. And she was like, "Yeah, I always loved James because James would be like, if they had been sitting around for too long, they'd be like, come on, guys, like let's go do something. Let's go outside. Let's go." And then we would go do stupid shit. Like I remember we were in a big like classic teenager longboarding phase.
And y'all would go bomb car garages. And stuff like that.
We would drive around to all the different parking garages. Damn, that's what I would say. And then all the skimming. God. Think about how much cardio skimming was.
Oh yeah, I mean, you
just running in the sand all day,
sprinting for about 4 or 5 seconds, and then you do it again.
All day.
Again. Yep.
All day.
Yep.
God, I look back on those and I miss them sometimes. Same thing with surfing because
of course,
like dude, I would surf for 8 hours a day, and then I would take a break and I would go scarf food and then do a evening session. Yeah. Every opportunity I could. And I look back on that and I'm like, God damn, how did I do that? Like, I'm so old.
I couldn't do that anymore.
I'm so old.
I think about skimming and I'm like, man, it'd be so fun to skim again. And I'm like, that's not, I'm 30. I'm not going to go to the beach and skim. Dude, everybody be like, what are you doing?
That's like Grady. You know, Grady still skims.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Like Paulo and all them.
All those guys
They still skim.
Yes.
I mean, they're good at it, and I guess if they're healthy, that's how they make money and they enjoy it. I don't know,
dude.
That's insane to me. No, I couldn't do it.
Those guys have to be in their late 30s, early 40s by now.
Oh, for sure.
Because Grady's,
they were old. They felt old when we were young.
Yeah, I know. God.
Yeah, but
what a wild time, man.
I feel like kids don't do all that anymore.
No, they don't.
I feel like a lot is just like parents kind of don't want to go places with their kids. That kind of sounds bad, but if you think about it, it's like some of these parents just want to give their kids like a tablet or an Xbox, and they're like, "All right, just don't bother me."
Dude.
And I'm like, "That's not that's not parenting. Like, you can't. Don't just do that. When you have kids, like you sign over your time to raise these kids.
Yeah, it's gone
and help
now.
them out. Yeah,
it's gone now.
Yeah,
I see the parents and I have no right to speak on any of this, but I know what I think is funny, and I think it's funny whenever I see the parents at restaurants, who are just like, "Shut up here," and hands them a tablet, and then they're just like,
"Yeah, exactly," just
literally like this the whole time, and they order for them, and then when it shows up, they're still just like.
Yes, that's what it is.
It's so
the
crazy.
Parents are just like, like finally, like they're quiet. And,
yeah.
I mean, if you interact with them and you're not gonna get mad at them for talking or being loud and stuff, they're getting attention.
Of course,
they want attention.
I mean, shit, I do it too. I honestly, it's hard for me to talk about that because I, without a question, know that if that kid gets fucking annoying, just shut up. Take whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
Take whatever I can give you to just shut up.
I'm sure in the beginning they don't want to do that, and then after a while they're just like, "Well, that's really nice. I can just tablet," and then they just
they just don't talk.
That's fantastic.
It's awesome.
So it's tough though. Like I don't want to do that with my own kids one day and just shut them up. Basically, I'd rather interact with them and go out and do stuff. And,
yeah.
But kids now just they get on Minecraft and they get on Fortnite and read. You know?
Dude, I think about I've been thinking about that here recently too because obviously the world is going to shit right now.
Oh yeah, fantastic.
And
it's awesome.
And just the more and more thought of just fucking moving to Montana in the middle of nowhere.
Just Ron Swanson now there. Just bury all your treasures.
Yeah, it's starting to like creep in more. And I was actually thinking about like, what if I had kids? What if kids were a part of this equation? How if I were to move out to Montana, how would that work? And I was just like, well, if that were to be the case, those kids get taught life lessons in basic school.
Yeah.
And here's everything else. Like, and I would be learning right along with them because I don't know shit. I'm a beach bum, bro.
Yep, exactly.
I don't know anything. I play video games for a living. I'm dumb. What do we do? I couldn't survive out there. But
if you can set all this stuff up and make it work, dude, that takes a little brain.
That's true. But still, and you can watch any fucking YouTube and figure it out.
A plugs into A, B plugs into B.
It's an easy concept overall.
Yeah, hell yeah.
But I don't know. Speaking of moving, I don't know how long we're gonna stay in Raleigh. Well, Trey's loving it.
Did y'all sign or buy or lease or like what did y'all do with that house?
We're renting.
Okay, you're renting. All right.
Yeah.
How long is
the lease is 13 months, so I think it runs out in February.
Okay. 13. That's random. Why is it not just a year?
They give you a discount if you do an extra month. So like, they do a discount off of every month. As opposed to, so it was like, I think it was like $17.80 for a 12-month or $17.25 for a 13-month.
Okay.
So yeah, but yeah, we which I'm sure that doesn't make any sense, and they still get you somehow.
Yeah.
But whatever, I don't care. Yeah. So I don't know. Jess likes her job. Trey likes his job. Trey just got promoted.
Oh yeah,
he's like big boy manager now, making cash. Son. Yeah, so goes
up in there and just runs the place.
Yeah, he's absolutely loving it. And whereas for me, like I can move anywhere. So like,
yeah.
Trey asked me a while back, like, what do you think we're gonna do here? Because I don't want to get invested into a job and then like skip out kind of thing. Like he's like, yeah, I feel bad.
But also he's not you and Jessica.
Right. So
but still, he could get his own place there if he wanted to continue his life there.
Yeah.
Or if he was going to go somewhere and wanted to plan on being with you and all that stuff.
Right.
Like, that's his decision. That's not yours.
Of course. But when he asked me that, I look at it as like Trey's a part of the family. Like I want Trey to travel with us. I want Trey to be with us because I fucking love the guy. He's awesome. But so I was like, I figured we'd be here for 2 years for sure. Like for sure, we'll probably like I'm not gonna move after a year because I still feel like a year, like moving all of that shit will be embodied in my head for forever. Like a year
and you're
is
not gonna have all of us to put the truck,
a
load
year
the truck up with you.
a year living there is not long
Trey,
enough.
which showed up late.
Yeah, it's not worth me moving. So I would rather put it off for another year. Yeah. So, but I don't know. I've definitely, who knows? Like we're taking this trip we're doing Colorado, Wyoming, Portland, Washington, and then Alaska, and then back. And Colorado, Denver, like Colorado Springs, Denver, that around that area was on the list before of where to move. So who knows? Maybe after this next year, maybe we're just, because that's the thing is we all can pack up and go.
Yeah.
We all have jobs that we could pack up and go, and only thing that we would be like really leaving behind is like the people that they work with. Like, and for me, I'm not leaving anybody I work with. Like you're all coming with me.
Yeah, everybody comes with you. Yeah.
So I'm not
That's
worried
nice
about
thing.
as long as I love that aspect of it, and I love the opportunity that this job gives me to be able to travel and to be able to do stupid shit that I like to do.
Yeah.
But it's just up to Trey and Jess as far as like what they want to do, and so yeah, I know that once we go on this trip, if I fall in love with Colorado,
you're going.
It's gonna be very difficult. I already told Jess. Jess was like,
"It'll be real cold. You'll love it."
Jess was like, "I already know. I just don't want to hear you bitching about wanting to move there. Like, if we're gonna do it, we're just gonna do it."
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So I don't know.
That's the thing, though. You'll do it if you love it and you're just like, "This is it. This is home."
I know.
I'm coming here.
It's so crazy though, because I even last night I was looking at houses there. I was looking at houses there, Montana, Austin. Yeah, just.
And see, that's what I was gonna say. Talking about Texas is like. The scene over there for all this stuff is so big, and a lot of people are there, and it just, I don't know, that's kind of like where it all is going to.
For some reason is the Mecca, bro. Like Austin, like think about all the streamers that live in Austin or around the Austin area.
Yeah, Soda, NMP, Greek,
dude,
Asmongold, Trainwrecks, all them.
It's crazy, and
everyone's there.
I'm wondering because they have like no state income tax or whatever it is. And so I'm sure they're just raking it in even harder than they would.
Yeah, probably.
I just don't know if I can deal with the heat, bro. Like
that's why I didn't think it for you.
Dude,
it's Texas.
I don't, and I understand. I understand. Everyone's like, "Oh, bro, well, Texas gets cold." Like I get that.
Yeah.
But shut the fuck up. Yeah. Like it's hot as shit for 8 months.
Yep.
Like if I wanted 8 months of hot, I just live here.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like I just live here.
It's always hot here, dude.
It's always hot here. Yesterday when it was raining, it was fucking hot.
Yep.
It's so crazy.
That happens in the morning when I wake up at like 6 and get ready to go to work, and it's raining outside. I'm like, awesome, and I'll put some pants on, walk outside, and it's humid.
It's
hot.
It's
hot, and you're like, why? It's raining, and it's still hot.
Why? Why is this a thing?
I don't get it.
I don't understand.
I don't like that.
That's the thing too. Is like whenever you fly into this airport, I always get the planes that don't have the direct like to the terminal, so that you have to actually like step off the plane, climb, and you're outside. And then you walk inside, right? That's how it always is. I don't know what the fuck it is about this airport.
Yeah, we didn't get a terminal. We're gonna park really far away.
It's not that it's really far away, but it's still far.
You still gotta walk.
Yeah, but you still gotta walk outside. And so I did that yesterday, and it was still raining whenever I got here, and it was raining, and it was raining back at home too. But it's amazing. To actually, so I'm obviously like acclimated to North Carolina, and then to step off the plane here and immediately drink in the air because it's so humid.
It's bad,
dude. I was like,
it's bad.
Fuck, it's still so hot here. What is going on, dude? But then last night it rained like crazy, which was great. I hope it continues to rain, but
it's supposed to.
Yeah, I hope so. Dude, no better trip for me than when it's spent in the rain. Like, just rain on me, Dad. Just rain on me, Dad.
Because that means the sun's not out.
Yeah, exactly. God, I would love. I'm sure if it's like that all the time. I think that's why too. I think I'm spoiled with sunshine 300 days of the year.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I can understand why people like my brother in Seattle. He's like, dude, it's been raining for 64 days.
See, I can't do that.
I don't know if I can do that either, but it sounds amazing. It probably sounds great for like a month.
I don't like the fact of if I go out to my car to go somewhere and then have to get out of my car to go in somewhere, that whole time that I'm not inside something, I'm getting drenched. I don't like that. I went, because I went to Home Depot today. Because when you're 30, you do stuff like that.
You go to Home Depot?
You go to Home Depot, you look at wood, and you're like, wow, that's pretty good wood. And you're like, maybe I should build something. I don't know.
Dude, I've been building shit all the time.
Me too. I'm working on that too. So
not ignoring you. I'm missing out on shit. Sorry.
No, you're good. So with going in Home Depot, it started raining when I was in there, like monsooning.
Oh, really?
Yes. And I was like, looked up and I was like, okay, should I run to my car? Should I be patient? And I'm like, I'm not patient at all. So I was like, fucking, I'm running. I got soaked.
Really?
Yes, I ran through all the puddles in the parking lot, every single puddle. Like I was bobbing and weaving it, but I was doing it into the puddles.
Yeah.
My shoes were soaked, my socks were soaked, jeans, shirt, everything, and I hated it. And I can't imagine living somewhere where I get wet every time I go outside.
Like that?
I don't want that.
I don't know. I feel like you buy the proper equipment because you know it's going to be fucking raining all the time.
Yeah.
But then there's something to be said about that too, where my brother, obviously, we're talking about it rained 60. They had a hot streak last year where it rained 68 days in a row.
That's insane.
He doesn't own a rain jacket.
He has no adult
rain
poncho.
Boots. He doesn't. He doesn't have any of that shit, and he won't buy it. Where I'm like, why don't you buy it? It's so He's like, if I'm already wet, what does it matter? I'm like, no,
you don't want to stay wet.
Yeah, you can just not be wet. Yeah. You could literally put an article of clothing on and not be wet, which is pretty cool. Like, I don't understand it, but I don't know.
I don't know either.
I don't know.
I don't want to have a rain jacket and a rain poncho and all that stuff. Like, I just want to not be in the rain. So that'd be cool. That'd be tight.
I don't know what to do, dude. I don't want to be hot though. I never want to be hot.
I can see you in Colorado. It's cold there.
I know, but then it's also
you
not.
turn into cold mountain man.
I don't know. We'll see how this winter goes here at North Carolina, because I think obviously, like, everybody says North Carolina is beautiful, but it's especially beautiful in like the fall.
Okay.
And the winter, and I got to experience. Obviously, we moved there in January.
Yeah.
And so like Trey and I, within the first like week or two of us being there, we got like the first snow day, and which was the first time I
remember y'all going and sitting in the backyard or something.
Yeah, dude.
It was snow. Yeah,
dude, that was the first. That's the first snow at my own home that I can remember since like we moved from Iowa. So since I was like a little kid, but like to really call like we're at our house and it's snowing.
Yeah.
And the thing about North Carolina or in Raleigh is that you might get 2 to 4 snow days a year, like genuine snow. So like that day that it snowed, we got like 4 inches of snow.
So that was one of the days.
That was the last day.
Okay.
There was 2 days prior, but that was the last one of the year, and that snow stayed on the ground for like 3 days. But for me, it was because it was still cold as shit out.
Yeah.
But for me, dude, I loved it. Like, it was so. I took pictures of the house. Like, I was so excited, and then Jess and I, we ended up going over to the mountains where in Asheville, dude, it snows like every fucking day. And we ended up going over there, and the day that we got there, it ended up actually like torrential downpour of snow. And we were like walking around the mountains and shit, and then it really started snowing, and that's like, dude, it was like that's something that I, obviously growing up on the beach, I never really truly experienced. Was like that snow when it's so quiet. It's so quiet, you can hear your steps, and all you can hear is the wind and like the trees crack. Dude, I loved it. It was I was cold.
I've never experienced that,
dude. It's so awesome.
Stepping through snow and wind and
dude,
quiet.
It's so amazing. That's the thing, is we got to get you to come up whenever even if we're not scheduled for snow, go over to Asheville.
Yeah.
And without question,
how far
get
away
snow.
are you from that?
We're like 3.5 hours from Asheville.
Okay.
And it's not that bad, truly. Like we popped on, Jess and I popped on an Elon Musk podcast, and we listened to that the whole way there, and it felt like it went by like that. But dude, like if that time, I would love to be able to get everybody, like the whole crew, to come up.
Yeah.
And then we just get like a big ass Airbnb up in the mountain.
Yeah.
And we just hang out, like, because, you know.
And that's the shitty thing about getting old and everybody having jobs and shit.
I know.
Timing is
just
the
like
worst.
this today, right now.
Like,
like because I wanted it to be you, me, and Cody.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Here
me
tonight,
too.
And then be able to do like one long podcast and just drink and be idiots. But you have a job.
Yeah, I gotta wake up at 6 a.m. every day. Yeah.
Cody couldn't make it. Cody couldn't do it last night either because getting old is so stupid.
Yeah, it sucks.
God,
it like you look forward to this stuff when you're younger. Of like, oh, you want to own your own home and you want to be financially stable. You want to do all this stuff, and it's like you really don't get to do all that. Like you have to work. You make your money, but then it's all budgeted towards living, and you're like, well, you're like, damn, this isn't what I thought it was gonna be. I don't get to just hang out and do cool stuff. Like I'm fucking busy all the time.
It's so crazy because I wish I think that this is super stereotypical, but I wish I listened to the people who said that.
Yeah.
When I was growing up, but like to where I'd be like, dude, like somebody had an apartment, I'd be like, dude, you have an apartment? Like, dude, I'm fucking jealous. And they'd be like, you shouldn't be. Live at home.
Yeah.
Live with your parents. And I remember being like, no, like don't get me wrong, my parents' house is great, but like I want my own place. Like I want to. I want like.
It's a trade-off.
And then I got there, and then immediately after getting there, I'm like, fuck, man, I still wish I lived at home. Like this sucks.
Yeah, you're like, oh shit, like what's for? Your mom, you're not here.
Oh,
you're not gonna make me dinner. Okay, well,
yeah.
Oh, I have to go get groceries. Oh, that's fantastic.
Cool. Yeah. Oh, and it's Walmart, and there's 1 million people here. Great. Oh, it's 5 o'clock on a Friday. Great.
Fantastic.
Great. I just had a shitty week of work, and now I get to go.
I have to go get the actual ingredients to get the food. Like,
dude,
Mom.
I hated it. It's so insane to think back on that, and I remember me people telling me, dude, do not move, stay as long as you can. I remember being like, are you out of your fucking mind?
Yep.
I'm ready. I'm out because I was always on the go. Like let's roll. Let's go do. And now, obviously looking back, like now I'm extremely happy where I'm at now. I love the area.
When you first do it, you're so pumped, and then
you have no money, and you're like, fuck, dude. Like, and by no means do I have any money now, but you know, it's one of those things. Like especially
all you think about is that next time you pay rent, or next time, like, like, am I gonna have this money? Like, oh crap.
That was right whenever I went full time streaming. That was
in the boat shop.
That was a big, dude. I've talked about this a lot, but that was one of the scariest things I've ever done because I'm too prideful to where if I didn't make it, I would not have lived back at home.
Yeah.
I would.
Oh, you're talking about from when you moved into your place.
Right. Whenever
I thought you were talking about full time, as in like when you were boat time.
No. Whenever I went genuinely full time streaming,
gotcha.
I had 2 months of rent to my name with Jessica. So without Jessica, I had 1 month.
Yeah.
And I remember her and I having the conversation about, you know, if you don't make it, like if you don't make it, well, just try out these 2 months, go as hard as you can, and see what works out. If it doesn't, it doesn't, and you'll just have to find a job, kind of thing. And I remember like the first night after stream, I remember being like, oh my God, like I thought of everything that could go wrong. Like what's going to happen? Like, dude, like this is my first apartment, and my first apartment I've ever gotten. I'm going to get fucking evicted. Like I'm going to have to ask my parents for money to cover me, to be able to pay for the breaking of the lease, like all this shit. And I was like, scared, like genuinely scared, but also at the same time is like I'm not gonna go, like if it came absolutely down to it, I would, like if it was either that or sleeping on the beach.
Oh, you'd have to.
I would, but you know, in my mind, like I was too. I'm still too prideful to be able to like move back in. But like, dude, if I could go back, I don't know. I don't have a whole lot of regrets with doing the things that I did to get me where I'm at now.
Oh yeah.
But I do remember times of sitting in my apartment and being like, a 1-bedroom apartment, be like, fuck, dude, why did I do this? I could literally have been doing this from home for free.
Yep, exactly.
Just a little bit more quieter because I couldn't yell.
And I was about to say, I mean, you did home streams for a while and dress up or whatever and break shit, and it's hard. Like, you're a loud person and you have the emotions, you have the flagrant everything going on. You can't do that at home with your parents. No, they're gonna be like, James,
shut up. It's 9 p.m.
Yeah, like that, and you're hammered. Like, why are you doing this?
And that was why the boat shop was so perfect.
Oh, the boat shop was amazing, and that just makes me think about moonshine cherries and moonshine strawberries. God,
the boat shop had so many positives, but also so many negatives.
Yeah.
Like the positives were at night, dude, free range. Like I have an entire building to myself. Like I could set up all, and if I had more money at that time too, I would have set up like cams and shit that I have like right now.
Oh yeah, I remember driving by like after work and stuff, and just seeing the lights in there and the lights from the computer and stuff, and going home. Yeah.
Like if I had the money back then, I would have taken a lot more advantage of shit that I know.
You could have had production.
Yeah, right. But
but that's starting. That was you starting.
Exactly. But then the downside of that was like, all right, Sunday I want to come in and stream. Obviously, it's my day off. We're closed, but I'm there, and they see people drive by and see a vehicle there, and then they would poke their head in and be like, "Are you open?"
And I'd get a boat,
and I'd be game. I'd be like, "No, like no." I remember I would like get up and run to the back and hide, and they'd be like, "Well, why is that computer on? Like, why is there shit moving?
Your truck's out here and the computer's on.
Where are you? Where is this guy?" And then they just wait. Like, oh, he must just be in the bathroom. He's probably coming back around. But yeah, there was a lot of great. There's a lot of great boat shop streams, and then I lived with Sam at Sam's house for a bit. Remember when I did the bathtub stream?
Yes.
That was at Sam's house.
Oh, okay, that was Sam's house. Yeah, holy crap.
Yeah, I know.
Oh my god.
What happened to him, right?
Yeah. I don't know. Is he at Auburn? Is he in Tennessee?
Dude, he hit me up. And because I was one of the first nights in Raleigh, Trey and I went downtown. There's this really cool spot there called the Whiskey Kitchen, and they do like small meals and then mainly a shit ton of drinks. Like their whole wall is covered in whiskey and all this shit. It's amazing.
That sounds messy.
No, it's amazing.
All over the walls.
And the first night we were there, it was cold and the place was packed. Like it's a big place. It was packed.
Yeah.
And outdoor seating was completely packed out too. There was a dude out there where I was like, "That's fucking Sam. That is Sam."
You just randomly went to this place?
Yeah, and I was like, "That's fucking Sam right there." And I kept like double, triple taking, and he noticed me, and I noticed him, and he was giving me almost the same look of like, "I know this person."
Like, no way.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, like there's no way you could be here.
There's
right now.
no way. And so I shot Sam a text. I'm like, "Yo, are you at the Whiskey Kitchen right now?" And he was like, "What the fuck? No." And I was like, "Dude, there is a guy out here that looks exactly like you." I was like, "Where are you?" I was like, "Are you fucking with me? Like, because you just saw me?" And he was like, No. Like, I'm really not. And I was like, well, where the fuck are you then? Where are you? And he was like, "Oh, I'm in Atlanta. I kind of got into some trouble." And I was like, that's when it got real. And I was like, "Oh,
all right, dude, good luck." All right, man. Good luck, man. Good talk.
I was like, "Oh, what's going on?" And he was like, "Well, I got involved with doing a little bit too much partying, and now I'm at a rehab center."
Oh.
And I was like, "Dude, are you serious, Sam?"
Wow.
And he was like, "Yeah, man." I was like, "Hey, dude, gotta ride the white lightning sometimes." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And he was like, "Hey, man, we did it too." And I'm recovering now. I'm like, "Hey, well, that's good, man.
That's good. Yeah.
I hope to talk to you soon." And I have not talked with him since then. But yeah, that was the last time I heard from old Sammy.
Okay, gotcha.
Old Sammy himself.
That story just hard turn for me.
What were we talking about?
You were like, "Yeah, I saw Sam," and I was just like, "Oh, dude,
oh
cool.
Yeah,
you saw Sam there. Like, you guys caught up, and what up, dude? It's so crazy we're in the same spot." And that's where I was going, and you were like, "Nah, he was in rehab," and I was like, "What just happened to this story?"
I remember where we were. I was staying at Sam's house.
Yeah.
So Sam bought a house. Well, I think
Sam bought a house.
Sam bought a house, and right when he bought it, he was like, "Yeah, I don't want to live here anymore," and he moved up to Nashville.
Okay, yeah.
And so
you do that. People do that.
The whole house was empty. It's a brand new house in this super nice area. It's called Paradise Grove, way out on the west.
I figured it was gonna be like Martinique or.
It's
something.
What it is, bro. Is it's essentially probably one of the first communities in Panama City Beach that is just an extension of 30A. Like literally 30A lifted up and went to this spot.
Okay,
Like
gotcha.
it's like a 30A place.
Yeah, I mean, I figured
it's
gated.
Like you literally wouldn't even know it's there. It's like it's tucked off in the bush, like, and then it opens up to these beautiful, typical 30A. And he bought like the first house that was there, and so I'm approaching the end of my lease at the no, excuse me. I'm at my parents' house.
Yeah, okay. I was about to say I thought you were from your parents' house.
Yeah, I'm at my parents' house.
Didn't you stream in the closet?
I did.
Okay, I know exactly what you're talking about now.
But
okay. The bathtub, I didn't know. I didn't think about the bathtub being there.
Yeah,
but I know about you streaming there.
Yeah, but so whenever I got there, Sam wasn't living there.
Yeah.
And there was this this Jamaican dude who was renting out a room. So he was like Sam's dad's right-hand man, like handyman to do everything.
Yeah.
And right when I moved in, there was like the house was set up to where there was like the master, the living room and dining room, and then one bedrooms, and then a bathroom in the middle. And so right when I moved in, or right when we were talking about moving over there, he was like, yeah, I don't live there anymore, so you can just take the other bedroom. And I was like, well, how much would it cost me to just have the master bedroom? Because like the master was big as shit. It had a huge bathroom.
I mean, it was Sam's house, I bet.
Right, and a huge closet.
Yeah.
And he was like, nah, I'm not going to do that because I still might come home here and there. And so I took this small room over here, and I ended up putting my desk in and my bed, and it was, this room was like tiny. Like it was tiny. Like all my shit barely fit in there, and I had nothing at that time. Remember, like I was still just starting,
just moving out. Yeah.
And so after like the first week, maybe I was there, the roommate who I don't talk to, he worked all the time. He was like, "Listen, dude, you are too loud. Like you have to quiet down." And I'm like, dude,
I feel like I remember you talking about this. But I'd be like,
I was like, dude, I can't.
Get playing.
I was like, literally, I can't quiet down, dude. It's not in my name. It's not who I am.
Yeah.
And he was like, listen, Sam, since I have lived here, has never been home. Take his master.
Okay.
And
yes, sir.
I was like, do you think I'm gonna be quieter in there? Do you think that's a good idea?
Yeah.
Whatever. He was, and now looking back on it, he was probably just like, I don't give a shit. Just take it. Like, just take it.
Please, it's further away. Please go away from me.
But he was like, oh yeah, no, like it'll be fine. Like he's never home, and you're like his best friend, right? Like he's not gonna whatever. And so I spent a day with Jess. Jess and I moved everything, took everything out of his closet, put everything into the other closet because he still had all his clothes there.
Yeah.
I moved all of my shit in there.
Oh man.
I had to disassemble the desk to get it in, and then set up the desk in there, and that was the end of it. And that's where I ended up streaming from the closet for like 6 months. And then Sam's dad realized like
that you were living there.
And, well, no, Sam's dad realized that like Sam wasn't gonna come back, and so he was like, hey, I'm not gonna let this house sit around. Like it's great. Like I can Airbnb it or rent it weekly, whatever. He was like, listen, if you want to keep living there, that's no problem, but the rent's going to be $1,000. And I was paying like $600 at that time for everything, total.
Yeah.
And I was like, nah, if I'm going to do that, I'm just going to get my own place.
Get your own place, yeah.
And so I ended up, that was when I moved to that 1-bedroom apartment. And here we are. So crazy.
Now we're in a hotel.
It's so crazy to think about the
path
from the bedroom. Well, essentially from Cody's apartment bedroom, to my house, to the boat shop, back to my house, back to the boat shop. That one bed, that room, closet, 1 bedroom, and now we're fucking right here.
Yeah, but that's how long it takes.
I know.
Like you put the work in, you put the hours in, you put the time in, you plan this shit out, you get the stuff that's needed to do it. and you do it.
Yeah.
And you put the time in, and that's why you're where you are today. And that's how you have people that watch you and support you and all that stuff is because you've done this for years and you keep going.
Right.
Yeah.
It is a weird thing hearing out loud how long and how far it's come.
Oh yeah.
And then thinking about the people who are like, well, I don't understand. Like I stream for like a week and I don't have any viewers.
Yeah.
I don't have I do that. I'm like, what are you talking?
You've done.
Yeah, what are you talking about? Like, dude, and it's not me trying to like brag or toot your own horn or whatever, but it's like, what the dude? You're not even close. Like, what are we talking about?
You're not in a closet right now.
Yeah,
trying to just talk.
Yeah, what are we talking about, dude? Like, they're like, man, it's so wild to think about.
And that's the crazy thing about the streaming and like, is all the people that are big were doing this before it was a thing.
Right.
And so they kind of grandfathered, in a sense, into it where once a platform opened up, that's where they got the recognition.
Right.
They were that first big wave of these people have been professional gamers and have been doing this for a long time.
Right.
Like Soda Poppin'. Soda Poppin' was...
Dude, he's been doing it for like 15 years.
He was so young, and he was just showing his videos on what, like Justin TV or something?
Yeah.
And he was writing stuff on his face for donations, and that's how he started.
Right, I know. That's how that small fan base grew.
Yeah.
And then when Twitch really exploded, he already had that fan base enough to where people were like, "Oh shit, well he's the first person."
So now it's easier to get him out there, get access to him,
right.
And then it just builds.
Right.
So when you come in later than that, you're kind of that next wave of
you still have to work hard to get right. And you know, I look back on that because obviously there's times with streaming and especially like the level of streamer I am where you get discouraged. Like
of course.
It's inevitable.
You've talked to people, you've talked to companies, and things might not work out or do the next thing, and you're like, fuck, like, yeah, you're gonna get discouraged.
All the no's pile up.
Yep. Oh yeah.
But
you wait for that yes.
Right, and that's the thing is, and that makes the yes so much sweeter.
Yep.
Because of all the no's, but that's the thing is, you know, I look back and I look on, you know, weeks or months, and I'm like, damn, you know, like that wasn't high enough to my standard. Like that's like obviously I hold myself accountable and to a certain standard, but then I'm like, you know, dude, you're probably doing better than most of the guys who have been doing this for forever, around the same time period.
Yep.
Like where I was and where they were, or where I am and where they were at the exact same time, I'm probably doing better, if not, or like right around the same.
Yeah.
As to the same time frame they were. You just got to put in the time, and that's the thing is, I always think of that metaphor that's like the dude digging in the tunnel, or he's digging underground, and then he quits like right as he's about to hit the diamonds.
Yep.
You know, like right there, and he just turns around. Where like I don't want to quit on that tunnel. I just want to fucking keep going.
And the way you did this too is literally from the ground up. You didn't have a connection of somebody that was like, hey, I'm not streaming right now. This is a friend of mine. Go to him. You didn't have that. So so you can see these streamers that their girlfriends stream and have all these followers, or like their best friends start streaming and then they turn big, like Greek. Like he just bothered Tyler 1 and they played and stuff, and now he's huge.
Yeah, he's TSM Greek.
He got in that way.
Right.
You didn't have anything like that. You were from the ground like, I'm going to do this.
Yeah.
And you started doing it. And that's why, like, you're not getting that, like, oh, here's your fame, like, here's your stuff right now. Like, how did you feel the first time you got hosted by, like, Tim?
Dude.
Like how insane and mind-blowing would that be of, like, I was just at 50 people, and now there's, like, 10,000, and you're like, okay, guys, like, I don't know what to do. I'm going to play video games.
That's the thing. There by no means was any connection, because there are a lot of people that get into it now that get fed consistently, consistently with viewership and all that, which is fine, dude. Do your fucking thing. I completely understand it. Or, you know, another thing nowadays is people coming from different platforms. So coming from a different platform where they've already built a platform, built a community, and then coming over and it's just like that. Like it just translates like that. Yeah. So by no means did I have anything like that. It was literally like I remember looking at Cody's Twitch, and he had 1,500 views on his channel. I was like, dude, you have 1,500 views. Like, what? That's insane. But you know, when that Tim host came in, that was my first big anything
at all. Exactly.
ever. Like I had never gotten hosted for more than like 2 people at that time.
And that's the coolest thing too about these big names and big streamers is they can look in stuff, and like I'm sure in their off time they might jump around some channels and stuff,
right?
See something that they like, or a person that like, oh, this guy's funny, like
right.
This guy good content. I'm gonna host some people, let them see him,
right?
Because that's a huge thing. Is if he has 10, 15,000 people probably haven't seen you,
right? Of course.
And then he throws a host, and it's like these people are like, oh shit, like this dude's funny,
right?
And it just builds. So like that's an amazing thing that the bigger streamers help with is
it definitely
growing more Twitch communities too.
The thing about that though is I feel like it's getting more and more scarce as times go on, and for a number of different reasons. And you know, there's some that might be in like the cynical mode of things, where like, oh well, he's not doing it because I want to keep me and mine, whatever.
Yeah.
But you know, there are a lot of reasons, and you know, I know for me, like the first time that Tim hosted me, like even for me, like one of the reasons, one big reason why some people, like some big name streamers, don't do hosts is because, you know, if you host somebody for a fuck ton of people, it will, like, my internet's crashed both times that Tim's hosted me. So like the first time Tim hosted me, my stream freaked the fuck out and was like, why am I being overloaded, and crashed? And the second time did the same thing. Follow.
Yeah.
Like it's just so much shit.
Yeah.
But it really is. It's an amazing thing. But you know, you still have to do your job in a sense of got to keep some people. Like,
yeah, of course.
Like you have to build the community, and the community has to be built one way or the other. And truly, the one way it's going to get built the best is based off of your personality, or your gameplay, whichever one precedes it. And for me, I'm not gameplay.
Yeah, but I mean, look at, let's say, T Squared.
Yeah,
I jump into T Squared stream sometimes, and it's literally 5 people.
So insane.
And he's playing League of Legends or something, like TFT. And I'm like, this guy was a professional Halo player.
He was on fucking Dr. Pepper cans and
exactly.
Shit. Like,
and he's streaming and has 20 people. And I'm like, that's insane to me.
That's so.
He's a professional. He's won money playing games
for years.
Years and years. And then he gets in and he plays Call of Duty, maybe has 30 people. And I'm like, dude, James streams. And every stream has consistently 45 to 70 people in it. And you're like, this is T Squared.
I know.
Like, this is somebody that we were like watching Halo montages, and like you have more people, and I'm like, this, dude, the comparison is insane.
We saw T Squared at DreamHack Atlanta, and Cody and I were like fanboying. Like I don't even know T Squared. I don't even know Halo like that.
Yeah.
But I know from what Cody's showing me, where I'm like, holy shit, that's T Squared.
Yeah,
that's
Tom Taylor.
Yeah, dude, fragging like a pro in no time.
Fragging like a pro, tips and tricks.
Dude, it's so it is. It's so insane. But you know what a lot of like young streamers, if there is any advice to be given, and I'm probably not the guy to be giving it because I, again, am dumb as shit. But, you know, for me, if I get hosted, you know, we're talking about getting hosted by big names and stuff like that. But, you know, if for instance, if I get hosted for, let's make it even, let's say 100 people, somebody hosts me for 100 people, you got to think as a streamer, right off the rip, probably 40 of those people immediately click Red X.
Yep. There's
40 people, like, you know, when you're a viewer and you're a part of a community, so not even a viewer, if you're a community member, you're not going to leave your home, right?
Yeah,
like,
exactly,
why would you? Like, why would you? I know all these people. These are people I hang out with every day. These are people I like. I would rather be around them. I don't really need to open up to anybody else, which is fine. That's great. That shows loyalty to the streamer and the community. That's fucking great. So I immediately go, all right, I got hosted for 100 people. There's 60 people in here. 30 of those people will probably stick around to spam the emotes of the people and be like, oh, raid, like,
yeah, raid,
or whatever, cool. And then those 30 people will leave.
Yep.
So right then you're down to what, 40 people? Let's see, 40, 30.
That's 70 total.
Yeah, so there's 30 people left. Out of those 30 people that are left, you probably think like 10 of them are lurkers from the other stream, right?
Yeah.
So they might leave up a view, whatever, here and there. But essentially, the point I'm getting to is
can you get those other 10, 15
right
to stay, to like your stuff,
and to be or
to start coming in there more often?
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's the thing for me. So I know that if I get hosted for 100 people, if I can keep 2 to 10 of them,
that's a win.
That's
huge.
Fucking W.
Exactly, yeah.
An absolute W. Like I look back on some of the most prominent people in our community that are a part of everything that come from big hosts. And majority of them are Tim hosts. So to think about that, Tim's hosted me twice now. He hosted me the first time for like 14,000 and some change, and then the second time for like 22,000 some change, something like that. I was playing Dead by Daylight, so immediately people left, which is fair. I don't.
But the fact that he hosted you while you were playing DBD,
right?
That's a big deal.
Yeah, it feels really good. But yeah, and from those, you think those are massive numbers. We're talking 22,000 people. 22,000 people in a host are in there, but truly, it's an absolute win if I have one person that is every single day.
Yep.
No matter what, I don't have to post anything. I don't have to tweet anything. The second I go live, that person's there.
They come in there to see you and watch you and interact with you.
Dude, that is a feeling.
Huge.
That is a feeling that I don't think that any drug or anything could ever replicate, because it's amazing. That's
their choice.
Exactly, and that's something that not a lot of people will ever get to experience.
Yeah, that's how I know you, is from the Tim host.
Right. Yeah, from the Tim host. Yeah, and
I was like, oh my god, I knew that guy.
Yeah.
And then Tim hosted you, and I was like, dude, I'm gonna stick around.
Yeah, and now here we are.
I'm here.
Now you're in this.
That's crazy.
$20 million hotel.
Room.
Just the room's $20 million.
I think Tim's in Destin, right?
He is in Destin now. I think.
That's not too far.
I was texting him earlier, and he was like, yeah, if you want to come through, you can. I was like, all right, man.
If you want. Yeah.
I don't know. I got podcasts with really famous people like you. So,
exactly. Yeah. We don't have time.
I know. Well, speaking of you being really famous, where can the people follow you at? Where can we follow you on social media?
I don't do anything on social media.
Really?
Man. I do nothing.
Really?
I have a Facebook I don't post on. I have a Twitter that I probably got hacked or something, and I don't have the password to. Dude, I don't use it. I have an Instagram. I don't use that either. Dude, I don't social media.
Oh my, you know what's crazy is you're like the third person to come on this podcast and be like, don't follow me. I don't have anything.
I don't do anything. Yeah.
Well,
I work. I play Rocket League sometimes when I can. GrayTusk on Rocket League if you want. Hit me up on Steam, sure.
Boom, there we go.
Boys.
We can plug something at least.
Yeah, I'm champion 1, so I'm right a couple below the pros and grand champ.
Oh shit,
feels pretty good. But
I didn't realize you were sweaty like that.
I get sweaty sometimes.
So
yeah.
Well, okay. Well, that is going to be us. Been at this now for an hour 15. I've got some goodies to go do. And I love you. Thanks for coming through, dude.
I love you too. Thanks for having me, man. Sorry we didn't win $2 million.
Yeah, well, I'm not going to blame that on you. We'll figure it out. Thanks, everybody.
Awesome. Thank you, man.